Alright, we're on. Get this camera set up to perfection. Sorry I don't have all the fancy camera equipment, all the high production equipment to make this quite business professional. But I think that's kind of the old way of doing things. Now, the new way of doing things is not a means to an end of, setting out to do a service and doing a program and doing a, step-by-step kind of thing. What it's going to be more like is a very transformative kind of process where everything kind of fluctuates and goes in and out, where we actually become attuned and into a actual zone of tuneness where we kind of just listen now, right? Where we're actually going to listen and be aware and be here and be present. You got to be present to win. If you're not present, then you can't win. Somebody else gets your prize. So let's be aware. Let's be present right now. Try to make this video as short as possible, and it's about juicing. But just kind of an introduction here that I'm going to go all over the place. The river's going to meander. We're going to stop off on different parts of the river and see the scenery. And then we're going to jump back and float on down, and we'll probably jump off again on many different tangents. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to be free right here in the free kitchen, in the free world, with the free mind. Captain Bravo coming at you. Hope you're getting entertained. Alright, got some nice produce, organica, right? Some good organic, not conventionally grown with the pesticide, herbicide, fungicide, suicide, genocide, then pesticides, those chemicals, those genetically modified organisms that have been penetrated through the cell walls of this guy, not this guy, but the other dudes out there, not this one, but the other GMOs, the other ones that look like food. They've been penetrated on a cellular level and they've produced to spawn a clone of a species that has been penetrated by a bacteria that has turned off certain genetics to where when you spray this with a chemical, it will not die. Now, if only that held true for us, if we could eat that and not die from the chemicals in our environment, that'd be pretty cool. But instead, what it's doing is it's making us more toxic and weaker and degenerative and sick. All right. So I'm not here to cure anybody with this carrot, because not even the health community has cures. Right? So if they don't have the cure, they ain't gonna let anybody else say they got the cure. But you know what? This right here has been used therapeutically for good, strong health and vibrance. Just look at the color. It's appealing for a reason. And we can eat these whole. Take a pretty good. What's up, Doc? And you gotta chew it, turn it into a juice where you're just taking the juices. It'll take a really long time. The other thing about portions, I told you we're going to get off on a lot of different tangents. We're at ADD, HD, high definition mind here, and we speak about tangents and schematics on a multi-dimensional level. That's what these kids are having a problem with. Is their minds are too great to be focusing on just one thing that doesn't make sense to them. So anyway, this right here covers this much of your plate. But if you were to chop this up and dice it up, it would cover the entire plate. That's about portions, kids and adults. This carrot could actually fill up this whole plate, and you could get a whole dinner just on carrots. Bunny rabbit does it, making hot pretty good. Never seen one of them, have all health problems in Americans, the world. So anyway, let's set that aside. Portions. This can be just a part of your plate, or it can be your whole plate. But 1 7-inch carrot will fill up this whole plate. It's chopped up in micro size. This is a micro size packaged food. And when you put it in the body, it is actually received and in a package. So you send something through the mail, and your body inventories it and weighs it and actually receives this. You condense this thing down to a little pill, and which is good if it's like a powder or something like that. I don't know why you eat powdered carrots, but the hydration, the nutrients, the oxygenation, and the water content, the hydration and alkalization and oxygenation of this is what's beneficial. So getting dehydrated food gets stuck in your teeth, gets stuck in your system. Not epic. So what you do, is instead of getting a multivitamin that your body has never seen and the earth has never produced, it's only been synthesized in a laboratory, and they think that they're just looking at numbers and saying, well, it's got as many grams of carotenoids and carotenes and stuff as carrot. But guess what? It doesn't run through our river like a carrot will. And so the theory behind juicing, introduction, is this is my juicer. It's Omega Juicer, pretty bomb, pretty awesome. Get all different kinds of juicers. This one's a pulverizing pressing juicer. It doesn't use a centrifugal blade. Been juicing for a while. This is the best one that these are the best type of juicer because it's very therapeutic. It really gets rid of all the hard, dense fibers and extracts a very pure, small, micro-sized level juice to where it runs very fast and with a high velocity gets deep into the body and hydrates everywhere. You'll feel it coursing through your veins. You might even turn orange if you eat enough carrots. Believe it? Check it out. You can find some orange people out there. Alright, we're going to juice some greens first. I like to start off with some celery. Celery is going to be really good if you got hydration problems, mineralization problems. Actually, we're not going to talk about problems. We're always talking about, possibilities. So now you've got, through the celery, you've got mineral possibilities. Now you got hydration possibilities. You got your electrolytes, where your nervous system is stimulated and you can keep on moving, baby. Right? Don't get me dancing too fast. Try to catch up. Alright. So we're throwing the greens in there as well, the celery greens. Those are good. They're going to be juiced. And a lot of people with migraines, they say you drink a lot of the celery juice, cleans up the blood, cleans up the brain, removes the lymphatic mucus that is just building up on your brain and in your lymph nodes and just all over. Your body produces mucus, a mucus lining to protect itself from acidity. And the acidity is from toxicity. And so we'll just metabolic waste in general. But with eating the heavily acidic food, we'll get into that a little later. It just basically stores itself into fat cells, but it also produces a mucus lining to where we're not bleeding out the toxicity like it wants to do. We're plugged for another reason. I'll talk about that. But basically, we're just all junked up, constipated, and congested. and this stuff will start moving it out of your body. So you might have a little bit of a food allergy to these because of your other food allergies, from the dense, acidic, high protein, animal flesh, bacteria from the mucus, the excretions of milk, from the dairy cow. We're all lactose intolerant. We're just basically conditioned to toxicity to where we're not aware of the toxicity. We start doing this and we'll start flushing those toxins out. We'll start feeling better. Alright, you got some beautiful kale here. This is where you're going to get your protein. Ask the rhinoceros, ask the elephant, ask the ape, ask the monkey, ask the rabbit, the squirrel, where he gets his protein. Cow would say grass, my friends, grass. He gets his protein from the grass. And we don't feed ourselves with our hands. We don't feed ourselves with weapons for mass destruction like spoons and forks and knives. Why are we killing our food and cooking it? Why are we doing that? Oh my God, this kale is so good. I'm going to taste like wheatgrass. Love wheatgrass. Chicken and wheatgrass. Don't have any wheatgrass today? That's another video. But this kale, hey there, this is where you get your protein. And these are amino acids and fatty acids with building blocks of the proteins and minerals. It's just a full packaged food. It gives you everything you need. It's alive. Like I said, we don't feed ourselves with our hands or with weapons. This thing grows out of the ground, and we just go in and Mother Earth feeds us. Mother feeds us, okay? As it's prepared from the earth, on the ground, still connected, still living, and taking a bite out of it. Now, I don't have that privilege, except for, during the seasons of in the spring and summer seasons, of eating my own kale and eating my own greens and eating it right from the ground. But I do live in a place where organic is becoming even more common, and you get it year long. It's December, and I'm still getting organic greens, and it's getting pretty cold. But this is where you're going to get your protein. And remember, we don't feed ourselves, Mother Earth feeds us. Now, why am I doing this through an unnatural process of juicing? Because we don't live in the natural world anymore. Right? The natural world things, we would eat that way. But we've been starving now of nutrients for a very long time. We haven't been getting enough fruits and vegetables, and we've been getting way too much of these dead, cooked, boxed, canned foods and fast food. And this stuff takes a long time to break down. Right? Takes a long time to break down because it would take a very long time to eat this and chew it up and get the nutrients out of it. Because it's pretty dense itself. It can be. It's pretty thin, but we need to go ahead and juice this because our body's been needing the nutrients from this a long time. And we've already built ourselves up with the fibers, with the density, to where right now it's time to cleanse. We've been building up and bulking up and fattening up for the harvest. Now we need a little famine here, but we needed a feast. We need to feast on these juices. We're not going on a restricted diet here. We're going on a feast of juices. There's no way that you can get this much fruits and vegetables into your diet. It would take hours to eat all this food. I don't have that time. I'm going quick results, quick satisfaction, and high velocity juices traveling through this body. And penetrating the cell walls and hydrating the whole body. So I've got some cilantro. The cilantro is going to be very detoxifying, very moving, but it's going to be very alkalizing. All the greens are very alkalizing. The game on health is get alkaline. If you're acidic, toxic waste, things growing up in you and creating habits. You clean the fish tank, clean the planet, clean this body. If the fish tank is toxic, the fish die. If we're toxic, our organs die, shut down. Cilantro it will actually said to detox the heavy metals out of your body. I lost 40 pounds in 40 days and didn't think I needed to lose that much weight. So I was on the fast track. I had nothing but faith and grace, and I left fear at the door and let living life come in me, and a lot of dead little energy suckers, yeast-mold bacteria, fungus, parasites, and worms, and heavy metals, they're heavy, came off of me, came out of me, and I became alive like you wouldn't believe from getting this much living life in you. Now I also have some parsley, and the parsley is going to be very alkaline and cleansing, and all these are very subtly nutrifying foods here. Also got some dill weed. This stuff is smells like pickles, only not as vinegary and whatnot. It's not acidic, so you don't get the vinegary. But you've got a fresh little minty kind of tone of dill, and it's a lymphatic mover especially, and it's going to move the lymphatic system. It starts right here, goes up, and all the way to your armpit. And what it's going to do is that stuff gets circulated. Your body functions, and as a function, it creates metabolic waste. No matter what you put in the body, if it's pure food, clean foods like this, it doesn't matter. In order to talk, in order to do this little movement right here, you're creating a little bit of metabolic waste. The cells are feeding and giving and putting off carbon dioxide, respiration, a little exhaust, and that to us is a little bit of metabolic waste. Well, what happens is if your skin is plugged, if you ain't bleeding out the toxicity out of your blood, which is emptying into your lymphatic system, if that's plugged, your lymphatic system, if your skin's plugged, your lymphatic system's plugged, then your skin is dirty, lost its charge, it's not dancing, it's not flowing through the body, it clumps up because it's all dead energy. Whenever you get these high vibrational energy foods in you, it'll create space, and they will actually start dancing. You can see this in a microscope. So this is what you're going to eat. You know, I got this huge barrel. Show you that. That's very important. You want to soak your fruits and vegetables, get them rehydrated and living back to life. I've got this huge pan here, or whatever, and I soak them in the Kangen water, the 9.5 alkaline water with no chlorine, takes out all that, and it'll actually take off the pesticides. I get organic, so I don't have to worry about that. But it's going to clean your fruits and vegetables. Get with me, I'll get you a Kangen machine, get you Kangen water, get you pumped, right? Get you living again. Alright, well, anyway, like to soak those up. I'm going to make sure we're still on here. Oh yeah, baby. We're still on, and we're still going 20 minutes in, baby. Let's get this wrapped up. Got some fennel. I'm not even sure what that's good for. I'll just not get it. It's really minty. It's kind of like dill, but it's kind of minty, you know, and very sweet, you know. It's like got fresh breath. All these are going to give you really good fresh breath. because they're going to be very cleansing in the digestive system, that to where whenever you respirate and you're breathing, metabolic waste isn't going to be really that dirty, and the intestinal walls aren't going to be dirty anymore, and so the bugs that are living and crawling in you, they're going to be gone, and they're going to be flushed out, and so they're not going to be respirating either. Those little anaerobic bacteria, funguses that are breathing inside you, they're not going to be breathing out of you. And so whenever you eat beans, the reason why you get gas is because you've got that bacteria breaking down the beans, the hard, dense proteins that your body's not able to break down. So those beans are being broken down by a bacteria that you now need, because you're throwing dense, hard things in there, and they're feeding and they're actually growing. And as they breathe and respirate, they create gas, and that gas gets locked in you. You might burp, or you might fart. Not so bueno, right? So stop feeding the bugs. Bacteria weighs more than anything else on this planet, and we can't even see it. Let me say that again. Bacteria weighs more than anything living thing on this planet, and we can't even see it. And if it lives in you, you're going to get pretty heavy. I lost 40 pounds of intestinal baggage of yeast, mold, fungus, and weird looking shit. Pardon my language. Shit pie and tramper. Alright, so this is a simple kale, cilantro, parsley, dillweed, kale, cilantro, parsley, dillweed, fennel, celery, carrots. Now we're up to 7, 8 on the apples. And let's complete it with some ginger. And let's go to another power of 10 with half a lemon. And the apples, the carrots, they're really going to sweeten up, especially the lemon is going to sweeten up all the greens, and the ginger is going to give it a nice little spice. I'm going to go ahead and make it divine on the 12th. 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to go ahead and get divine with putting a little turmeric in it. That's a very powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory for all you kids in pain. But you don't have to know the purpose of them. They'll do their job whether you know what they're doing or not, as long as you activate them, as long as you incorporate them, as long as you employ them. I'm glad I'm not deployed, but guess what? I'm fighting a good fight, serving a good cause, here to serve you, give you purpose as well. If we need living people, in this day and age, we need some people that are alive, thinking, feeling, ready to step outside of their day-to-day box. And I'm going to go ahead and use this weapon, but this weapon is only to be used for cleaning and purification. And I'm ready for more of the whole food. You know, I've cleaned up pretty well. You're never going to be totally clean. I'll throw that out. I don't like negation. We're just going to continue cleaning with these foods, with the juicing. And so your body is a juicer. You either get a juicer or you are a juicer. And the theory behind this is it's hard on the body to make juice. You put this in your body, and your stomach has to give little stomach acids to break this stuff down into a liquid. And then it comes out solid again. How does it do? How does it do it? It's pretty wild stuff. It's pretty awesome. It's a perfect filtration system. Get a filter or be a filter. get a filter on your water or be a filter. And man, that's a quick step, that's a shortcut, and that is small gains, baby. Making small gains every single day, right? Every day, man. I lost 40 pounds in 40 days, and really it was just dedicating a time of my life where it was nothing but the best juices. We're going to fill up about this much, and we're going to sip on this all day. This is going to be our bread and butter, baby, all day long. And if you feel like eating, go ahead and eat, but you're going to want to eat good stuff along with it, or else you're going against your finances, and you're going against your body, and you'll become very attuned to your body, and it will talk to you. This apple. Talk. So the other juicers are really a lot faster to juice. So sorry for so long. But, alright guys, I guess I'm out of ginger. That was a shocker. Never mind, I found some. So, be a juicer or have a juicer. It's better to have a juicer, that way your body isn't using all this metabolic energy to digest the food, and it can keep living. If your body has to break down a bunch of dense, if your body has to break down a bunch of dense, hard food, it's going to have to create a lot of acidity, it's going to have to create a lot of heat, and it's going to pull all the blood from your arms, from your legs, from your face, from the rest of your body, your pale, from eating the Paleolithic meat diet. It's because your blood's not getting to the surface of your body because it's always trapped in your gut trying to break down dead. And it's hard and abusive on the body. So just feel me on this. This stuff is immediate, stimulable, accessible energy that your body will immediately absorb, be able to utilize, and not expend too much energy, caloric energy, to get this stuff into an energy that your body can utilize. Now, if you eat the hard, dense bread, meat, pastas, grains, and those things, whoa, we're overflowing here, baby. Blessings are raining down. If you eat a lot of those things, your body, 80% of the calories from that food are going to be burnt up just to get the energy back to the body to where it can actually function the body to get it to push that stuff out of the body. So that was kind of a train of thought, but what I'm getting at is 80% of what you eat, of the food of the hard dense foods and stuff that you eat, that hamburger, 80% of the energy that is in there to get is going to be used just to push it through the body. Now that doesn't make sense. That's like taxation without representation, baby. That's like you spending all your energy just to get a little taste. You know? That's like spending all your paycheck just to survive. That ain't fun. And it ain't thriving, it's surviving. We're the wealthiest nation in the world, so why aren't we thriving? Feed the body, tell the mind to shut up, It's the biggest thing in the way of your health is your mind. Because the mind gets comfortable with where it's at, and then it gets lazy. And it doesn't want